In this video, we are going to discuss about allyl cation and allyl radical. Before going to allyl system, allyl radical and cation, we will see the allyl system. Here you will have CH2, double bond CH, CH2. On this CH2, I have represented by a box which indicates it can be a cation, it can be a radical, it can be an anion. Here it can be a cation, radical, anion. If it is a cation, it gives a allyl cation. If it is a radical, called as an allyl radical. This system, 3-carbon system, is known as an allylic system. Here I am represented in the same form. Here CH2, CH, CH2, all have represented by p orbitals. Here it can be a positive charge, can be a radical, or can be a negative charge. Here these two p orbitals are undergoing sidewise overlapping and you rise to the top of pi bond. And here this one, if it is a radical or a positive or an anion, this will be in resonance with this double bond. Now how many carbons are there? P orbitals are participating, 3 p orbitals are participating. So 3p atomic orbitals undergo linear combination of atomic orbitals due to give 3 molecular orbitals. Here molecular orbitals are odd in number. So you can write as 1 will be a bonding molecular orbital, 1 will be a non-bonding molecular orbital, and 1 will be a anti-bonding molecular orbital. Now these 3 orbitals are represented here. Always we have to write by increasing in the number of nodes, that is increasing in the energy. Now first orbital I will be writing with 3 shaded lobe towards one side where you have 0 number of nodes. In second orbital I will be writing or designated only the terminals orbital, keeping the center one empty. I will not shade above or below, making it as empty. When now you see here you have a shaded above, here shaded below, it is designating a single node. In third, all 3 are written alternately, one above, below and above. Here you will have one node, here you will have second node, 2 nodes. In this way you have to write by increasing the number of nodes. Now next is symmetry elements. If you go here also you have to see, better to see only the terminal lobes. If in terminal lobes both shaded towards similar side, here you will have sigma symmetry will be present. If shaded towards opposite side, shaded lobes are towards opposite sides, you will have C2 symmetry. Or you can also go through the number of Xi1, Xi2, Xi3. If Xi1 and Xi3, these are odd numbers, so you will have mirror symmetry. Xi2 is a even number, it will have C2 symmetry. Now next we have to start filling the electrons in ground state and excited state. First we will go to allyl cation. Here is the structure of allyl cation. Cation itself indicates there is absence of electrons, so no need to write electron. So how many electrons are there here? Here you have 2 pi electrons, here 0, so total number of electrons are 2 pi electrons. Here number of electrons in the ground state are 2. 2 electrons are in the ground state. Now next, when we subject it to light, one of the electron from ground state is jumped to higher energy level. As it is jumping to higher energy level, here you are left with 1 electron, here with 1 more electron. Now how many electrons are there in a allyl cation? Allyl cation is a 2 pi electron system. Cation itself indicates there are only 2 electrons in it. Now after filling the electrons, you have to say which is HOMO and LUMO. HOMO indicates occupied molecular orbital. Out of 3, this is the occupied and this is only 1, so I keep it as HOMO. Here 2 are unoccupied. Out of these 2, this is are in lower energy, so it will be a LUMO. Next, in excited state, if we go, in excited state, out of 3 energy levels, first 2 are occupied. Out of these 2, this is having highest energy level, so it is known as HOMO. And this is only 1 unoccupied, you can write it as LUMO. So in allyl cation, if you see, ground state, HOMO is Xi1, LUMO is Xi2. In excited state, if we go, HOMO is Xi2, LUMO is Xi3. You have to draw a box below it. Next one, if we go for allyl radical, we see the structure of allyl radical, here I am representing the structure of allyl radical. Radical indicates one single electron. Already our pi bond has 2 pi electrons. So total number of electrons in the radical system are 3 pi electrons are there. So start filling in a ground state. First I will feed the first energy level with 2 electrons, second one with single electron. Later when I subject to light, one electron will jump from to higher energy level. It is jumping and you will get this electron here. As there is only one electron here, this will become empty. Now after filling it, you have to designate HOMO and LUMO. HOMO, if you go out of these three, two are filled, this is having higher energy, so it is known as HOMO. And out of three, only one is unoccupied, this is known as LUMO. Now if you go to excited state, in excited state, out of three energy levels, first and 3, these two are filled. Out of these two filled energy levels, this is having highest energy, so you will designate it as HOMO. How many are unfilled energy level? This is unfilled. Unfilled, so it is called as LUMO, lowest unoccupied molecular orbital. Now allyl radical, again you have to write ground state, excited state, HOMO, LUMO. In ground state, HOMO is Xy2. In ground state, HOMO is Xy2, LUMO is Xy3. Now if you go to excited state, in excited state, HOMO is Xy3, LUMO is Xy2. Once again I will repeat, you see. Now here ground state, HOMO Xy2, LUMO Xy3. Now in excited state, HOMO is Xy3, LUMO is Xy2. In this way you have to write for allyl, cation or radical. Similarly you will have for